Bachelor in Paradise fan, favorite Tana Tolbert has had a rough week. Jade Roper Tolbert went to Instagram to ask fans for some advice on Sunday. She revealed that Tana got bit by a tick last week and is now showing signs of a bigger issue. It seems Tana might be dealing with Lyme disease. Keep reading to find out exactly what happened and what the doctors are saying. Jade Roper Tolbert asks fans for advice for Tana Tolbert. BIP alum Jade Roper Tolbert went to Instagram to ask fans for advice for her husband Tana Tolbert. He got bitten by a tick last week, and it now has a bullseye mark around it. The doctors told him he had all the signs and symptoms of being bitten by a tick with Lyme disease. They started treating him with heavy-duty antibiotics, but he is having bad side effects with them. While she was clear to say he is continuing to take the medication and work through it, she is simply asking if anyone has any holistic treatment ideas for him. So far, Jade has not shared exactly what side effects Tana is experiencing from the antibiotics. She also did not share what symptoms he was having that led doctors to believe he could have Lyme disease. Tana Tolbert is not the only person in Bachelor Nation to have Lyme disease. Ryan Sutter also has Lyme disease, and it took the physicians a long time to figure out what was wrong with him. He truly suffered some horrendous symptoms, and some days could not even get out of bed from the debilitating pain he was having. Trista Sutter updates her fans on his condition every so often. He started doing multiple therapies to try and correct the symptoms he was having, including being stung by bees. He has also tried red light therapy. Right now, Ryan is doing much better and is currently living in Denver, Colorado, working as a firefighter. Right now, Tana's symptoms are nowhere near what Ryan's were. There were moments when his family felt he was dying. Thankfully, they finally pinpointed the issue and he is doing great. Have you ever been bitten by an infected tick? Stay tuned for more updates on Tana and all your Bachelor Nation favorites. New update today. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is well on her way to finding love again. She has some incredible men who are getting to know her better. One of those men is Chock from Wichita, Kansas. He was the lucky man who also got the first one-on-one date with Joan. They had a blast together at Disneyland. Things between seem to be great, but now for the upcoming episode preview, it looks like Chock leaves. What happens? Keep reading to find out all the spoilers. Warning. Spoilers for this season of the Golden Bachelorette ahead. Does Golden Bachelorette contestant Chock leave? There is an explosive episode ahead for Joan Vassos on the Golden Bachelorette. Previews for this Wednesday night show the men with special guest Caitlin Bristow in Las Vegas. The men on the group date will be taking it all off for a good cause. The men will act as Chippendale dancers to raise money for cancer research. However, it is not the strip show that has everyone talking. It's the part where Chock says he is leaving. He is seen in the preview saying it's a fear of his, and he doesn't know if he can do this. It shows him telling the other men he is going to leave. Chock also tells Joan he appreciates her more than she will ever know. He then gets into a waiting SUV. Is that the last of Chock? According to spoiler guru Reality Steve, it is not the last fans will see of Chock. Steve revealed on his daily podcast that he does not know exactly what happened that led to this departure. Now in a new preview, it seems Chock has to leave for a family emergency. His mother has stage 4 cancer, and something happens that leads him to return to her. Joan says in the preview that if he doesn't come back, it will change everything for her. The good news is that he will be back. There are scenes in Tahiti that clearly show Chock there. The only ones who went to Tahiti are the final 3. Therefore, whatever happens isn't permanent, as Chock does go to the fantasy suites with Joan Vassos. Do not TREAD. If you do not heed to know how far Chock makes it. Reality Steve released final rose ceremony spoilers for Joan Vassos' season of the Golden Bachelorette. At first, he had it wrong. However, he found the correct information about who Joan chooses. According to Steve, Joan chooses to give her final rose to Chock at the end of her journey. While Steve is unsure if they got engaged, he is leaning more toward believing they did. He said he's heard rumblings that indicate an engagement happened. So what happens that nearly costs Chock the potential love of his life? Stay tuned for more updates. Also, recent posts